Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days. For today's second video, day 10, is going to take us around the 19th of March. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe around a couple of weeks. We're going to have a look at CFSV2 for the next 4 weeks. That's going to take us into early April. I shall get on that for you very shortly. Just say about the first video released today was the ECMWF 30-day look ahead for the UK and the rest of Europe as well. So check that one out, see what's going to happen, or what may be happening up to the early part of April. Quite a few people are asking me about doing a forecast for the Cheltenham Festival. I've not got time to do that today. I'll try and get that done as the first video up tomorrow. So those people that are waiting for a forecast for Cheltenham Festival, there'll be something coming up tomorrow, hopefully, as the first video. Just a very quick look at the weather for Cheltenham. Right, gotta say thank you so much to Neil Smith for becoming a donor for GWV. Neil's given quite a few donations actually to GWV, and you know, for the latest donation. So thank you so much to Neil Smith for your donation through PayPal. If you would like to give a donation to GWV, as Neil has done, all you need to do is come to GWV's PayPal page and sign into your PayPal account. I mean, donate whatever amount of money you would like. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody for doing that, and particularly thank you so much to Neil Smith. If you do give a donation, you will get a shout out, of course, as soon as you become a patron or you become a channel member for GWV. We'd love to shout out our supporters. So thank you so much to Neil Smith for the lovely donation and the lovely message that you left with that donation. Thank you so much, Neil. You're very, very kind, lovely man. Right, big changes are coming this spring. GWV.com will be disappearing in the next few months. Not going to be an immediate process, but we will start winding things down at GWV.com. We will focus, you know, primarily on the GWV YouTube channel, which has become quite big over the winter. We've reached 10,000 subscribers, so I think that's where the focus was going to be, you know, increasingly going forwards as we try to see how big we can get the channel. So if you watch the videos exclusively to GWV.com, I know from the channel stats that we have like 50% of our viewers are subscribed to the channel and 50% are unsubscribed. And within that 50% that are unsubscribed, quite a few are watching at GWV.com. So if you watch the videos at GWV.com, you will need to move over to the YouTube channel over the next few weeks, because eventually the website will go offline completely, but for a while it just won't be updated, and then the website will disappear as we focus on YouTube. So please, if you only watch the videos at GWV.com, can you start moving over to the YouTube channel and, you know, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and you'll be notified when we release our videos and live stream and so on. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, let's have a look at latest wind gusts that we're expecting in the coming days. So we're in for a stormy weather. Latest gusts, you know, not too bad at the moment. It's the latest GFS run at the weather outlook. The latest gusts aren't, the most recent gusts, I should say, aren't too bad. But have got like the first push of strong winds coming into the west of Scotland later on this afternoon into this evening. Going to be seeing like 50, 60, 70 mile an hour gusts into the far northwest of Scotland, and then these strong winds transferring around these Irish Sea coasts as we go through the overnight period, and then pushing through England and Wales through tomorrow morning before they ease down a little bit. Winds will ease down a little bit through the middle of the day tomorrow, and then they'll start getting up again out in the west. So this is when the worst of the winds is going to be as we go into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. We're going to see widespread gusts across many parts of England and Wales, going up to around 40 to 60 miles per hour. With these western coastal areas seeing gusts of wind perhaps going up to around 60, 70 mile an hour gusts. So severe gales running up the Irish Sea as we go into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Gusts going up to 60, 70. I wouldn't totally rule out the chance of an 80 mile an hour gust somewhere up the Irish Sea, but I think it's like 70 miles an hour is going to be more likely. Damaging gusts of wind, though, running up the icy around these western coasts of southwest England, southwest Wales, North Wales, and northwestern parts of England, just to southwest Scotland as well. So looking really wild overnight Wednesday to Thursday across many parts of England and Wales. Actually, not too bad across much of Scotland, but many parts of England and Wales looking really wild, and particularly so around those western coasts. So worse winds will transfer away to the east by breakfast time on Thursday. It will still be windy on Thursday, don't get me wrong. Gusts of wind going to be up to like 30, 40 miles an hour, but nowhere near as bad as they are overnight Wednesday and into Thursday. So up to a proper old windstorm coming up. Has not yet been named by UK Met and Met Air. I don't know if it ever will be named. We'll see, but it certainly looks quite significant to me. We have got weather warnings enforced by the UK Met. So one for today for the far west of Scotland, a yellow warning for wind for western Scotland. Severe gales may lead to some disruption during Tuesday evening. So we saw that the first push of wind is coming into the northwest through the course of this afternoon and into this evening. Now tomorrow the weather warning is ready for England and Wales. So let's click on that. It's valid from 9 p.m. tomorrow evening to 3 p.m. on Thursday, the 11th. They're saying strong winds accompanied by heavy and blustery showers may lead to some disruption for England and Wales. No direct sort of wind gust prediction here, but more established. We could be seeing wind gusts widely up to like 50, 60 miles an hour, and around those western coasts, 70 mile an hour plus gusts possible. And this is the same warning the Thursday, because it's valid from 9 p.m. Wednesday to 3 p.m. in the afternoon on Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be quite significant. Haven't had all that much wind through this week. Haven't had that many storms. So it will be, it will be quite a significant spell of weather that we've got coming up. Take care if you're off out and about in the next day or so. Right, these are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles are looking. Looking at Brighton today, the red line. 30-year upper air temperature average for Brighton. We're starting off close to average at the moment. We'll see the upper air temperatures picking up a little bit tomorrow. That's as that deep area of low pressure comes in with its warm sector. Then temperatures will get quite cold as we go through the through the end of the week into the weekend. Early next week, we'll see the temperatures lifting up for a while, but we may be seeing a bit of a cooling trend now emerging as we go into the second half of March. This second half of March period has been very, very mysterious within the model output. So although around the middle of March we've got a bit of a warm-up going on, several members of the GFS ensembles now, through the third week of March, are actually becoming quite cold. More about that in a moment. We did have a very cold GFS operational midnight run showing up today. So more about that in a second. But, it's very uncertain what's happening as we get into the second half of March. We may see things getting colder again into the second half of the month. Precipitation-wise, going to be quite a lot of precipitation coming up over the next few days with this unsettled weather. So there will be showers, longer spells of rain. As it gets colder at the end of the week and into the weekend, some of that precipitation is likely to be turning wintry up in the north. Beyond that, have a drying trend around the middle part of March. This period just here just does show a drying and warming trend. As we get all of this scattered just here, the precipitation isn't looking overly excessive then either. So perhaps going drier into the second half of March with more of a high pressure influence. But where the high pressure is will be very critical in terms of the overall feel of the weather. Temperature anomalies from the 9th through the 17th of March going to be very close to or slightly milder than average. Most parts of Europe actually looking quite chilly. Precipitation anomalies from the 9th through to 17th of March going to be rather above average, particularly so for more northern and western areas. Latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net shows this first push of winds running up towards western Scotland right now. That's the push just there. But you can see the low pressure just here along the jet stream is already winding itself up with some pretty vicious winds wrapped around it. It's only going to get more intense, that low, as it runs in through tonight and into tomorrow, particularly, of course, through tomorrow. Westerlies are breaking through. Right, this is how UK Met looks for Friday. Low pressure will be to the north of Scotland, bringing a strong and quite cold and showery westerly wind on Friday. Into Saturday, we've got this trough pushing through. That will bring more persistent spells of rain, potentially, across the country. And not only rain in the north, over high ground in particular, some of the precipitation could be falling as snow. Sunday will go into a cold and showery northwesterly wind. Showers could turn wintry in the north. And then by Monday, 15th of March, high pressure will start to try and ridge up from the south, turning things a little bit drier and a little bit milder as the wind pulls in to the southwest. Right, so that's as we get to UK Met. Let's have a look at GFS midnight run. This is going to go cold. I told you about it a moment ago. We start on Friday, though, with winds coming from a strong and quite chilly west-northwesterly direction. There'll be showers and longer spells of rain, and some of them could turn wintry. Into the beginning of next week, high pressure develops down to our southwest, starts to drag up something a little bit milder from the southwest. As we move on through the course of next week, this high pressure gets more influential, bringing a lot of dry and fine weather with it. However, high pressure keeps going north. So as we run up towards day 10, look at this, high pressure is starting to move back towards Scandinavia again. And we're having a go at pulling wind back into the east and to the northeast. Once again, trying to get back to the pattern we had on and off through the winter, of course. So, by day 10, 19th of March, we've got -5, so ice firm just beginning to move back onto the east coast. As we get through into Saturday, the Scandinavian high is back in business. The winds are back in from the east. And look at this, we're bringing the -10 isotherm back in from the east once again. So as we get into that weekend of the 20th, 21st of March, it does turn really cold for like second half of March with -10 Celsius isotherm pushing back in from the east. Certainly enough to bring snow back into eastern parts of the country once again. And yeah, have a properly established Scandinavian high there and a proper old easterly going on as we get through to the 20th, 21st of March. High then begins to reach down into the country for a while, but still maintaining an easy wind really right way up to 384 hours, which gets us to the 25th of March. We do begin to run out of cold air to the east, but it will still be cold from the earlier cold air that's established, of course, and just generally quite a wintry sort of feel with the GFS midnight run. So you have a look at the precipitation type forecast based on that GFS midnight run, see what it's doing. So we can do that for you. Where do we need to go with this? So yeah, we've done that. I want to go to the 0 here we go then. So of course, initially we're talking about rain in the south, showers turning wintry in the north. It's going to start on Thursday. And then we're looking at showers, long spells of rain with some wintriness over high ground up in the north as we get through into the weekend. Next week, drying trend as that ridge of high pressure tries to get ascendancy from the southwest. But we know eventually the ridge is going to go north. And look at this, we're going to get wind into the east as we go to the end of like next week, which gets us to Friday the 19th March, means back in from the east. So it's a -10 Celsius ice firm pushes in come the snow showers with it. So look at this, you thought winter was done and dusted, not necessarily. Snow showers back in from the east around the 20th to the 21st of March. Almost certainly an outlier. But it shows what's possible. You know, we saw it in 2013, didn't we? March 2013. It does show what's possible even into the second half of March if the air gets cold enough. Right, let's have a look at GFS 6Z. So again, we're into these cold and showery westerly winds over weekend. Into next week, high pressure increasingly building up from the southwest, turning us mainly dry and probably a taste of spring in the air through the course of next week. But eventually, high pressure this time begins to move out to our west. We don't drag in like that very cold easterly, but we do drag in a cooler northeasterly. With the GFS 6Z, before the high pressure eventually begins to slip south as we start to bring milder air in from the west. What it definitely is doing is turning drier, but that's not as cold with the 6Z as the midnight run was. This is how the GEM is looking. So again, further low pressure driving in from off Atlantic, bringing a lot of dry weather with it until next week, and high pressure develops. That's how the GM finishes up day 10, 19th of March. High pressure is dominating the weather then. And the ECM also looking very unsettled over weekend into the open part of next week for high pressure begins to reach up from the southwest. Again, the ECM midnight run, the high pressure is going north, back up towards Iceland. Winds are going back in to an easterly direction as we run up towards day 10. We've got easterlies and northeasterlies back in. They aren't as cold up to day 10 as like the GFS midnight run was shown, but we have got minus 10 Celsius iceberg there to our east, and you know, if we keep wind into the east or northeast for another day or so, it is possible we'll bring that minus 10 ice firm in from the east. So we could be on for like a brief spell of more spring-like weather for a while next week, and then we could finish up back into like proper wintry weather as we get through to around the 20th of March. It will be interesting to see. Now we've got the options back on the table from the ECM ensembles via the Icelandic Met Office today. They've been missing for several days, but they are back. So if you've been waiting for them, I know some of you weren't all that happy with the ECM ensembles the ECMWF.int website. You're very used to this view from the Icelandic Met Office. If you've been waiting for them, they're back. So here we go. These are the options that are on the table within the ECM ensembles today via the Icelandic Met Office for day 10. Gets us to the 19th of March. 17 members of the ECM ensembles will have high pressure over to the north of the country and will be bringing in the wind from an easterly direction. 12 will have high pressure more or less over top of the country. 9 will have high pressure just a little bit to our north-northwest. We'll be bringing in a bit more of an east or northeasterly wind. 8 will have high pressure centred over top of the country. And 5 will have high pressure to our southwest, low pressure to our northeast. Winds will be on a northwest-southeast alignment with that one. So a lot of those options seem to involve high pressure. And the position will be critical as to whether it's like a spring-like spell of high pressure or whether we bring winter back. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This will go to the 24th of March. 13 members of the ECM ensembles will have high pressure blocking from Iceland to Svalbard, with low pressure to our south, and winds will be in from an easterly direction. That could be quite cold and wintry. 11 with high pressure just to our east, and the winds will be coming in from the east again. That will probably be a minor direction, though not as much of a northerly component. 11 high pressure just to our west. Winds will be coming down from the north. 7 with low pressure over top of the country and slight to our east. Again, probably bringing in a northerly wind. 6 with high pressure away to the northwest, low pressure to our east-southeast. In come those east to northeasterly winds. And then 3 with high pressure to our east, low pressure to our west, and we'll be drawing up a milder southwesterly. So all sorts of options possible there, but it does look as though we may be in for a spell of colder weather at some point through the 3rd week of March. It's possible we are. CLSV2 lastly, and then we're done. So if I've went through a bit of our heights broken down into week periods, the first week period takes from the 9th to the 15th of March. The coming week will have low pressure to our west-northwest, and income west is going to be unsettled in the weekend, and probably quite cool as well. All change in week 2. It's the 16th to the 22nd of March. The high pressure is back round southern Scandinavia, really. So bringing in the wind from like an east to almost northeast direction. That could turn colder. The CFS might be picking up on something a little bit colder there. The high pressure needs to go a little bit further north, probably. Needs to be more centred around there to really pull in like a proper cold easterly. Nevertheless, it's probably colder anyway as we get through to week 2. Week 3 is going to be the 23rd to 29th of March. High pressure then begins to move to our west, more of an Atlantic influence coming around the ridge. Probably not overly mild, but you know, it's a little bit more Atlantic based, so the temperature should lift up a little bit. And then we go through to week 4, which is the 30th of March to the 5th of April, with a high pressure in over country and going into northern Europe as well. Lower pressure around Greenland and Iceland. The jet stream is beginning to move northwards as well. That should be more spring-like, although we're not all that far from like east or northeasterly still. They're probably passing more or less to our south, so that should be starting to get something a bit warmer in from the southwest into that area of high pressure. If you enjoyed the video, please can you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, especially if you watch at GWV.com, as YouTube will become the main way that you will have to watch the videos, you know, in a few weeks' time. So please subscribe, tell your friends and family, everybody else to subscribe. Ron McGuire, 7k subs, so thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment after the video, which is going to end very shortly. Let us know what you think about this and all of our content. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. If you subscribe, you're going to be able to see future weather content. So thank you so much to all of you. Right, that's it then. That's it for today's vid. Now tomorrow we're going to start off with that little update for Cheltenham. So one or two of you are waiting for that. Although audiences are not allowed to go because of the pandemic still to the Cheltenham Festival. So I don't know how much interest that'll be, but I've been asked by a couple of people if I can do a video for Cheltenham. So that will be the first one that will be up. You know, if you ask, then I will do my best to oblige all the time. So yeah, Cheltenham first video up tomorrow. Then I'll have a USA forecast, and then of course we'll have our main 10 to 14 day. Again, no live stream tomorrow. We're not live streaming at the moment in the middle of the week because having a little bit of a wind down into the spring. So no live stream, but in replacement of that, the 10 to 14 day will just be a regular upload. Right, will we still be seeing signs of colder weather into the third week of March? We should wait and see. Right, that's it then. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you tomorrow. But for today's videos, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.